Mingala Kamya, I'm Angus Watson with the top stories for DVB. Burma has hit out against its international critics at Crunch migrant talks in Bangkok. Thailand organised the meet as 3,000 Rohingya and Bangladeshi boat migrants have come to shore in Malaysia and Thailand over the last month. A further 2,500 are thought to still be stranded at sea.
First, to address the immediate humanitarian situation of stranded migrants. Second, to combat the long-term problem of people smuggling and human trafficking to prevent further irregular movements. And third, to address the root causes from origin.
The Thein government's treatment of the Rohingya Muslim minority has been singled out as the key cause of the crisis, as an estimated 88,000 migrants have fled Bangladesh and Western Burma by boat over the past 15 months. The UN on Friday called on Burma to take full responsibility for all of its people. Naypyidaw Representative Tin Lin told 16 other nations and the UN that Burma would not accept being singled out for blame for Southeast Asia's migrant crisis.
Issue of illegal migration of boat people, you cannot single out my country. I said at the earlier on, some issues fall within the domestic jurisdiction.
Meanwhile, Burma's Ministry of Information has announced the interception of a boat crowded with irregular migrants. 727 people were crammed into a fishing trawler when it was discovered by the Burmese Navy early on Friday morning. The discovery was made off the coast of Irrawaddy Division. Naypyidaw has described the migrants found as Bengali and announced they will now be taken to the nearby island of Hainji. 1 year after Burma's nationwide head count, the results of the country's first census in over 30 years were released in full on Friday. The UN-backed count has shone a bright light on the development hurdles which the country still needs to overcome. According to the census, 14% of households in Burma have no form of toilet, while only 2% of homes have a flush toilet. Over 20% of houses surveyed relied on candles as their main source of light, with only 1 in 3 homes having access to electricity. Burma's average life expectancy has been averaged out at just under 64 years for men and under 70 for women. Burma kicks off its first ever World Cup football campaign on Saturday, when the Under-20 World Cup begins in New Zealand. Burma's White Angels will take on the USA in their first match, having qualified beating the United Arab Emirates at home in October last year. Burma will also take on hosts New Zealand and Ukraine, in a tournament that will boast stars from European powerhouse clubs such as Manchester United and Atletico Madrid. You can find more on all of today's stories at dvb.no. Bye for now.